Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Every Saturday I upload a new video and I just try to get different things each week and try to make it interesting, and I also try to make it so that you are inspired to make your own products. So let's get started. Today I thought I'd make this locket. I never tried it. I want to see how it works out. It looks kind of interesting. Since it's so large, I wouldn't make it as a locket for a pendant. I'm going to make it a keychain. And of course I have all the pieces for my keychains, my pliers, I have my UV resin, mixing bowl, mixing utensil. I have a brush. I have this rustic gold that I'd like to use as the main color, but I also have this black. And what I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I really want to use that color or if I wanted to use something different. But I wanted to just make it look aged. I was just looking, see if I had another color, but I just want to make it look aged around the edges and then pour the gold in. So why don't we get started on this? Start with the black. And I just want to get a little bit on my brush. I can see already it's kind of staticky in here, but I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going along the edge. It's perfectly okay if it does that with the static. I mean, I'm trying to make it look antiqued, so if it goes somewhere where I didn't want it, it'll just help with the look. And then of course, if you don't want some of that in certain areas, you can clean it up. And then if you have little parts in there that you don't want, you can just tap it out. And I don't want it antiqued all the way around, just somewhat. So let me just tap some of that off. And I'm just going around the edges. Oh, that's some static there. Oh well, that's perfectly fine. All right, and then maybe a little on these just to keep it with the same effect of the antiquing a little bit. So we'll just get some on the edges there. Okay, and then just tap the excess out. And you can just close that up. Set that aside. And I see it just kind of sprinkled all over. That's okay. I'm just going to get a baby wipe and wipe some of this up where it's sprinkled where I don't want it. Okay, and get some of this cleaned up. I don't really like this mica powder. This is different than the one I usually use. But gotta admit, it really the color really stains. Oh boy, just all over the place. Let me see. Okay, there's a little bit I didn't want there, so just take that out. All right, so next we got to mix this up. So I think we're going to have to probably mix about 2. Maybe more, I'm not really sure. We'll mix a lot though. And then we'll just add some color in. Now if you want, you don't have to do it this way. You can just, you know, get your brush and paint the gold in too if you'd like, if you want to do it that way. All up to you. But I'm just going to do it this way. Ooh, looks like liquid gold. So pretty. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside. And then I'm going to start pouring this in. I'm just letting it flow on its own. I don't want to overdo it with the UV resin. I don't want to pour way too much. I love this gold. It's really pretty. Unfortunately for the keychain, I don't have gold findings for it. I only have the silver, but that's okay. All right, we'll pour this one. Oops. There was a little piece of debris in there I had to take out. I think we're going to have to mix up just a little bit more. I just need it to go into this section here. And then for these, I'm just going to, oops, missed that. Drop it in there. And I'll clean that up in a second. Okay, so the only thing I'm not too sure about is how to connect all this. I purchased this off of Temu. There were no instructions. You only get the mold. They do that with a lot of their items. They'll give you the mold, and then you kind of have to figure it out for yourself how this works. I just got to get that little bit off that I messed up. All right, so I'm going to cure this for, I'm going to say 5 minutes on one side, turn it over and do the other side for 5 minutes. And then I'll come back. Okay, now that it's done curing, I'm going to remove it from the mold. I just want to say that metallic mica powder, some of the metallic stuff like just bubbles up, so you're probably better off just maybe painting the color in before you pour the UV resin. I don't know. I think what I'll do is just do a top coat of clear over that, or you could just leave it just because it looks kind of cool, I guess. But even so, even if you put the clear coat, it'll make it more flat. As you can see, the sides are dark because I did that antiquing sort of thing with the black, so that's kind of cool. I'm not really sure why they have 4 of these. 2 I understand, but 4 no. Okay, so now we can put it together. Not really quite sure. There was no instructions. So I'll put a little resin on here. Okay, and then I'm going to cure it for 90 seconds. Alright, so that's on there now. And I would imagine this goes on. So. I don't see how it closes though. Seriously, I do not. So, let's just put that in there. And I believe this would go on like that. So I'll need a little bit of resin on there. I got a feeling that this isn't going to work. You might need to use like some super glue for this, because this is very strange to put together. Okay. Okay, now that I have that on there, I'm going to hold this and put this under the light for 90 seconds. Okay, I'm done curing it. I'm really not sure how, well, kind of opens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of clear on the back here, and then I'm going to go over these edges here to make sure that they're secured. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here, not too much. Now these These are just extras. I'm really not sure what those were for, but if you're making more than one, it works out well. Seems like this one isn't too straight, but that's okay. I was just testing this mold out. Seems pretty good. And then make sure when you're putting the clear coat on, you go all the way to the edges, but don't push it over the edges. You don't want it to overflow. And be careful going around that little circle, the little hole there. Okay. Get that. Get that. All the way to the edges. Okay. There. Get my lighter, make sure there's no bubbles. And then I'm going to cure this for 180 seconds. Okay, now that that's done, it still opens, which is good. I do want to also do a clear coat on this side, but I have to be careful because on those edges there, that would be where it opens, so we don't want to get that on there. This I should have put the clear coat on first before I even put it together, but remember, we're just testing out this mold, so from now on at least I know how this works and you know what I need to do first as far as putting it together. And you know what kind of color I want to use. I think this would be really pretty if you used some flowers and just clear. Maybe right in here you could do like a pearlized white, and that would be where your picture would go. The other option is you can have a picture pre-cut for this, put that in. Make sure that you coat it though. If you have a picture, coat it with some, let's see, what could you coat it with? Mod Podge. Coat it with that and then let it dry thoroughly. And then you can place it in here. And you would do it, let me think, you would do it upside down on here. And then you would, you know, you could put flowers or whatever here and then put your clear coat. And I think that would be, or your clear UV resin. And I think that would be really pretty. Okay, so now I have to be careful where I go with this because I don't want to get it in those little crevices there because then it will seal it up and I won't be able to use it. So I kept it away from the edges just a touch. Nobody's going to see it. It's fine. And I'm going to cure it for 180 seconds. All right, that's finished. It's got a really pretty shine to it. Now you can do the edges if you like, or you could leave them. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this edge right here. Now that has nothing to do with the opening because that's where the opening part is right at this end. So as you can see, but I do want to put some resin in here, not so much in here, but on the edges to make sure that it's really secure. So I'm just going to put a little clear here and then just get it on there really well. You could do this just, you know, because you're doing this edge here. Just make sure that you got some resin there. And then we're going to cure this for, I'll say 90 seconds. Okay, so now that I got it all cleaned up here, it's a little wet from the baby wipes I use, so I'm just gonna clean that up. Now, you don't need to make all 4 of these, obviously, so these I'll just put in my little bin for the next time because I'll remember what they're for. So my little bin of little junks. So I think this mold is not really that bad. I do like it, but it would have been nice if they gave you some kind of instructions or something with it. So, I mean, it's basically like you have to guess what you're gonna do. So, this doesn't open all the way as it should. I mean, that I don't want to force it because I don't want to break it. It looks like, okay, so this is a circle, but the piece inside that goes, well, inside the circle to connect it so it moves, that's like a little square. So you can round it off with a file, I would imagine, and it would probably open like wider. I mean, it does open. You could, but you got to be careful. Okay, so then you can take a piece of tissue paper and put it on here and then just measure, or like take a pencil and just trace the heart, and you can put whatever photo you want in here. So if you just have a regular photo, you could just glue it in. You can still protect it if you want with some kind of you know, gloss or something, some Mod Podge, or you can place it in and put some resin on top if that's what you want to do to make it permanent. Okay, so we're going to make this now into a keychain, but I do like the mold and I will use it again. Just takes a little practice, you know, since, I mean, that's all I was doing was testing it. I really wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but it worked out pretty well. I might use some more prettier colors next time. I mean, I do like this. I think this turned out very pretty, especially once I did the top coat on there. That looks really great. I don't know what this is, little piece of something stuck on there. It seems like the edges match up pretty good. It's not perfect, but you know what? It is perfect for a keychain. So we'll make a keychain. Now remember, it doesn't have to be just a keychain. It could be something that you hang on your purse, you hang on your book bag, you know, whatever you like. You can even, if you have a spot in your car that you can just hang it off of, you can do that too. Now I always use these clips, the lobster claw clasp, and I use that on the keychain. So what I do is I just, you know, feed it through, and then that way I could do a quick connect to my purse, or to, you know, you can use it as a zipper pull if you want. For that, you would just put, you know, you could do it the same way because of the length, but you could also take this chain off and then just connect the lobster claw clasp to it and then take this round keychain part off. That's another option. All up to you. Just put that on, place that. And we'll close it up. It's rather hard to close because this is a thicker piece. And I am having difficulty with it, but I'll get it. I just don't want it so that it falls off. I want to make sure that it's really, there we go. You want those two ends to meet real tight so that your chain can't slip off. So here is your Locket keychain. And this, obviously, you can keep your photos of your friends or your pets in here. I think that would be a really nice gift to give to somebody for the holidays. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for notifications of my upcoming videos. As I said before in the beginning, my videos are up every Saturday. I do throw in other videos here and there too, also shorts, so keep an eye out for those. And in the description box you will find links to all the supplies I used. You'll also see for this one they have an oval locket also, not just the heart, so you might be interested in that. Also in the description you will find links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.